Now I'm pleased to be joined by a gentleman we had on the podcast a couple times back in his days with InMotion Hosting and Bow Grid. And he's with another company now, and I think those of you out there who need some help with your WordPress development are going to be very interested. The great Mike Demo is here. Hey, Mike, good to see you again.
Always a pleasure, Mike. Good to see you. Nice to be back in person after a couple
Yes,
days.
yes, it's been a while. How have you enjoyed WordCamp US?
WordCamp US is great. San Diego is beautiful, although not quite the weather I signed up for. It's been very humid or lots of rain, It's weird because it feels like a small local city WordCamp because of the COVID restrictions with the attendance max. But it's nice to see everyone again, and the intimate camps are nice because you really get to talk to a lot of people and delve in instead of it just being like thousands of people like most WordCamp US's are.
Now, you're with Codeable now.
Yep.
Give us a thumbnail overall sketch of what Codeable is all about.
Yeah, so Codeable is the world's largest WordPress agency. So we're kind of a marketplace like Upwork or TopTel, but we're focused only on the WordPress developer. So we have the top 2% of all WordPress developers on the planet. We only accept 2% of all applicants, and they are the best of the best. So if you need help with anything WordPress related, our clients come to us. We've done over 300,000 separate projects, and we've been around for about 9 years.
And talk a little about your own role at the company and how you got involved with Codeable.
Yeah, so I've always been a community guy. I've always loved open source. So I'm the expert community development lead, which basically means I work with our 750 developers and the rest of the community team to make sure that they service our clients as professionally and effectively as possible, but also making sure they have what they need. So as far as legal liabilities and tax and insurance, if they're in the U.S. and they need to figure that out as a freelancer, to soft skills like making sure they feel welcome and they're not just losing out on the community that you might get at like a work in a traditional agency.
Mike, give us an idea of how someone who needs help with their WordPress development, how does the process work with Codeable?
Yeah, so there's two ways you can really engage with us. Number one, you can list your requirements and post it as a project, and then our developers will engage with you. And unlike other platforms, it's a public workroom across all developers, so you're not having the same question 8 times and having to answer them 8 different times, because we use the term cooperation, but there's like a hybrid word, so like so that we want everyone to work together. You can post it that way, and you'll get up to 5 estimates for your project once our developers understand the scope. What makes us unique is we're the only platform where the cost won't change based on who you pick. The cost will always be an average across every estimate that's been submitted. We do that for the main reason. We don't want developers to bid low to try to win the business, because when developers bid low, the client suffers because corners get cut, stuff does not get QA'd, and it just doesn't end well. And we're sure we all have had experience trying to use the $5 or $10 an hour developer services, and it just takes more headache than it's ever worth. On the other side, it allows the client to pick the best person for the job and take cost out of the equation. The other option is they can post for a consultation. So for only $69, they get an hour of one of our developers' time to really talk through their project. Now that developer can log into the site, can look around. They won't do any work. They're not allowed to do any work on that call because it's a discounted rate. But you'll really understand as a client what you need and help you generate a full scope. And then when you have that scope of work, you can either take that and shop that around to local agencies or other developers, or most of the time our clients will then just hire the developer who did the phone consultation to do the project if it makes sense and they have the budget for it.
Now I know Codeable is great for a bunch of different situations and different websites. Let's take, say, business owners that have a website. What are some of the kinds of things that Codeable can help them with?
Yeah, everything from speed optimization to making sure their site's secure, all of those things. So Codeable, we only have a minimum 1 hour. So it's everything from quick break fix things to full site builds or customizations. Most of our clients will find one of our developers and get on a retainer or ongoing relationship. So a client might have a specific need, like they have a form plugin, but they wanted to have a custom form field that maybe doesn't exist in their form plugin of choice. We can build that for them, but then when they meet that developer and that developer understands their business and needs, well, when they need something else, maybe a new theme or something extended or maybe something broke, they'll just keep going back to that same dev. So it's really everything from the small break fix upwards of projects that can be the 6 figures for really large enterprise.
And on the other side, we have agencies and freelancers. How about for them? What kinds of things could Codeable work on for them?
Yeah, so for freelancers, obviously we'd love for you to apply to be an expert. We are guaranteeing that you'll get paid a minimum of $80 an hour US, which is the highest rates that you'll find in the WordPress freelance space. The average of our developers gets paid just over $100 an hour US. So there's definitely that as a freelancer. But even if you're a freelancer that doesn't want to join the Do service with us, or you're an agency, we have an agency program which allows you to augment on demand our developer resources as you need. So you don't have to say no to a project or push it on the pipeline really far down. You can come to us and either do it on an as project basis or on an hourly basis. Let us know the skill set and how many and what you're looking for, and if it's a single project or an ongoing commitment, and we will find you the resources within days and slot them right into your team so that you can focus on running your business and servicing your clients instead of having to turn away that business or not being able to service them as timely as you would like.
Gotcha. Now you talked a little bit about the quality versus price issue, and I know Codeable is all about quality work. Mike, can you talk a little bit about the vetting process that you guys use to find the very best developers?
For sure, because I wrote it, and I wouldn't want to go through it. So it's very intense. So we do everything from doing written English comprehension. We don't require our developers speak English, but they have to be able to read and write English at a native level. Because our clients are paying premium rates, they need to be able to communicate naturally and not worry about slang and colloquialisms that might not translate well, because our developers are everywhere. If they pass our vetting, I don't care where you are, they're going to get paid the same premium rate. Unlike TopTail, we don't scale pay based on where developers are located because we don't believe in that. We do multiple code tests. Some of them are automated, and some of them are vetted by existing experts who are already doing work on the platform. And then it ends with a final project that's pretty highly detailed and vetted, and about 2% right now, a little over 2%, like 2 point something percent right now of everyone that applies makes it through to the other side. Of all the projects we've done, we have an average 4.8 review score on Trustpilot, and we have over 25,000 separate clients, and we've done 300,000 separate tasks. So we're quite proud of our quality that we've been able to deliver, and we watch that quite carefully.
Is Codeable strictly a development source, or is there a possibility of is there any maintenance contract or maintenance work that's done?
Yeah, so that's where our retainers come in. So once you find a developer that you really like, either through the consultation or through a project that you did, you can talk about ongoing needs that you might need, and that could be updates, backups, content edits for up to so many hours a month, and then your developer will work with you to build a custom plan. We don't package anything because every website's a little different, and once they have that custom plan, then it'll just be an ongoing retainer relationship that will bill automatically, and then the developer will do the work, and then in the system we'll log in and show that how the work was performed, and keep in constant contact with the client, of course.
Now, is there a guarantee or any kind of warranty period after the work is done?
Yeah, so unlike other platforms, you are a client, anyone that comes to us is a client at Codeable, and we are owning that client relationship. And we give a 28-day warranty on all work from the time that the client says the work's complete. And that's for errors or things that break or anything that happens that was related to the original code that was done. If something happens and a developer becomes unavailable, because with how many developers we have, stuff happens, right? We will step in, and usually at no cost to, actually never at no cost to the client, we will make sure the work gets completed. We had that similar when Russia and Ukraine situation happened, there was a very small number of projects where we needed to get some other resourcing for. We didn't penalize those developers because they obviously had enough to worry about. They still got paid, but we found other resources for those clients to still get serviced according to the terms that they worked out with their developer.
And I know Codeable is recommended by companies like WP Engine and WooCommerce and Kinsta.
Yeah,
So,
I mean
the
list
good.
goes on.
Yeah.
The list goes on. We partner with the biggest names. We're a certified Woo agency. So yeah, the biggest names in WordPress recommend Codeable because they know that we're going to be able to provide consistent service and to help their customers be successful on their products.
Great. Well, Mike, if somebody's interested in getting some help, can they go to Codeable.io and get an estimate?
Codeable.io and click the big Start a Project button, and then you can pick consultation or normal project, and we have almost 24/7 staff, customer support staff that's available by live chat if you need any help along the way doing your estimate or getting advice on how to find the right developer for you. And all of our developers are listed on Codeable.io on our developer directory. If you just kind of want to poke around and see one talent, and you can even request specific developers if you find someone who would be a perfect match.
Great. Well, it's been great seeing you and chatting with you again, and hopefully it won't be that long between chats this next time.
Hopefully not.
All right, thanks for the time, Mike. Always
Thank
great
you.
to see you. All right, Mike Devlin, everybody, from WordCamp US 2022.